You know, they say that 1 out of 3 people is really dangerously stressed. So I'd like you to look at the person on your left, the person on your right. If you're at the end, look at the 2 people that are next to you. Now, if those 2 people are looking pretty good, then that means it's you. All right? So for those of you who just identified yourselves as highly stressed, pay very close attention.
As a clinical psychologist, doctor of holistic health, author, and professional speaker, Dr. Denise Lamothe teaches us how to achieve a balanced, healthy lifestyle. The question facing most organizations is this: what steps can be taken to develop a positive environment? When people feel good, they are motivated, energized, optimistic, and involved. For people in any organization to function optimally and feel good, they must first evaluate how they are nurturing themselves. It's commonly known that any organization will reflect the attitudes and health of its members. In the following video, Dr. Denise will demonstrate how organizations must address the needs of their people, physically, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Let's watch.
Besides being a clinical psychologist, I'm also a doctor of holistic health. So whenever I think about an issue or talk about anything, I have to look at the whole picture. So I'd like to talk to you about some ways, perhaps that you've thought of already, some may be new, to balance your life physically, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Okay? Besides eating well, it's important to exercise, and you all love that, right? That didn't sound enthusiastic at all. Well, exercise does not mean that you have to go down to the gym for 5 or 6 hours and sweat like crazy. Some people do that. You do not need to. It's more important that you do something moderate and that you have fun. So go dancing. Put on music and dance around your house. Dance around while you're cleaning, if you're cleaning to get ready for a party or whatever. Give yourself an opportunity to take a tap dancing class. Give yourself chances to do things that are physical. Go for a walk, a bike ride. But try to do things that are enjoyable. And to think of it not as a terrible chore that you've just got to do, but instead to just tweak your attitude a little bit. Think of it as something you're giving yourself, something that's benefiting you, something that's nurturing you. When you're under stress, your body releases cortisol, and cortisol stimulates your appetite. And I know that food control issues are major problems for a lot of people around not just holidays, but any day of the year when you're under stress, which is, would you say every day? Yeah? Is there anyone here who has no stress? No. All right. That's what I was thinking. All right. Emotionally, we need to honor ourselves and we need to honor our feelings. And most of us grew up being discouraged from really identifying our feelings, accessing them, and expressing them. We were kind of squashed in a lot of families, and our self-esteem suffered because of that. I have people who come to see me in my practice who can't express any feelings. They don't even know they have them. I'd say, well, how did you feel about that? Oh, I don't know, it was okay. Well, gee, when that happened, you know, what happened for you? How did you feel? Well, no, I don't know, I was okay. You know, and it's very sad to me because there's such a richness to us as human beings. We're complex, we have lots of feelings. And it's important for us to be in touch with them and to take care of them and to express them. Now, some people don't know how to do that. If that's something that just seems so foreign to you, you may want to talk to somebody about some communication skills because it's necessary to do that. If you don't do that and you hold in all those feelings, there's going to be consequences. Your blood pressure will be higher. You're more likely to have a heart attack. You're more likely to go for sugars and carbohydrates. Anybody here familiar with sugars and carbohydrates to medicate yourself? Yeah? So your feelings are messengers. They're bringing you information. When you're feeling something, there's a reason for it. You're feeling sad because there's something sad going on. You're feeling angry because there's an anger going on. You know, there's a reason for your feelings. So try, as often as you can, just to sit down, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and try to access that feeling inside. And then try to think about what can you do to take care of that. What can you do? Do you need to speak to someone and let them know how you feel? Do you need to journal perhaps? Do you need to call a friend? What do you need to do? So think about all the ways that you can take care of yourself emotionally. As women, we grow up in a culture where we're shaped, men are too, in a different way, which I'll get to. But for us women, we get different messages, different socialization messages. Now I want you to think about fairy tales. Do you remember those Disney fairy tales? Cinderella, Snow White, remember these? Well, think about Cinderella. Now she's down on her knees, she's scrubbing the floor, it's filthy. She's getting filthy, she's scrubbing the floor, right? And she's doing this to take care of a very mean stepmother and her very ugly stepsisters. Now while she's down on her knees scrubbing the floor, she's smiling. And she's singing. Someday my prince will come. Right? And the window's open and the birds are flying in and the birds are flying out. And she's singing and she's smiling and she's scrubbing. All right, now flash to a different scene. Snow White. She's down in the woods taking care of 7, pardon me, but disgusting little men. She's sweeping the floor and the dust is flying. I don't know how she's breathing, but she's breathing. She's got the window open. Birds are flying in. Birds are flying out. She's smiling. So what did we learn from this? What do you think? We just think we're seeing a beautiful story. But those messages really do impact on us. And we do come away from those kinds of stories and movies thinking that we need to put our feelings aside, we need to smile and be happy and take care of everybody else. Not us, we're not even on our own list. And this is very sad and it's very dangerous. And what is really hard is that if you learn that, Elaine, for example, you learn that and you think everybody else is feeling that and you're feeling something different, so you think something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, I personally think that people should come to me all day, every day, and give me positive messages. I keep waiting for it, and they don't come. So they're busy, you know. You have to do it yourself. Everybody's very busy. You have, in the morning when you wake up, a cup of energy. Every morning. And then you proceed to take spoonfuls of that energy. You give a little to Jane, a little to Darlene, you know, give a little to Marcia. Everybody starts getting your energy. You give it to your children. You give it to your spouse or your partner. You give it to your boss. You give it to people all along the way. Your energy's going outwards from you. So it's important to think about how can you put energy back into yourself. And one of the ways really is to give yourself validation and positive messages.